Starseed from Gaia. Have you ever wondered what happens in the invisible chambers of heaven when your soul quietly returns to the source, even while the world is still sleeping? What ripples through the cosmic realms when your faith stretches out in the silence, sending signals beyond the seen? This morning, a frequency was transmitted, not just from your lips, but from the depths of your blueprint, confirming your sacred alignment with the source. Your act of devotion wasn't simply a gesture, it was a vibrational offering, resonant enough for the highest councils to witness. Feel this. In that quiet, unguarded moment, the Arcturian council beheld your heart's signal. All of heaven paused, recognition sparked, alignments shifted. A divine recalibration began on your behalf. There is a reason this is finding you on this specific day, during a planetary phase where blessings are primed to awaken. You are being watched, remembered. And now, multitudes of unseen hands are carrying your intentions forward. You are not here by accident. By the end of this video, you'll understand exactly how to unlock your starseed potential and allow heaven's encoded blessings to flow consciously into your earthly field. But here's the first revelation. Every pure act of faith sends a beacon through the realms, commanding attention from divine intelligence and setting blessings into accelerated motion for you. You didn't scroll to this by mistake. This message vibrated into your field for a reason, like this video to signal to your star family, I'm ready. Subscribe if your mission is activating and you're aligning with your true frequency. Comment 9999 if you feel your cosmic remembrance returning. Declare your next divine intention and reply to another seeker below to amplify the blessing. This isn't just a video, it's a point of reconnection. Your soul's been waiting for this. Most people believe devotion is merely a gentle feeling, some quiet, disciplined dedication, easily lost in the noise of daily life, a fleeting emotion that surfaces during moments of quiet contemplation or communal prayer. They perceive it as a whisper, easily drowned out by the clamor of the mundane, a personal sentiment that carries little weight beyond one's immediate experience. But those who've tasted even a spark of true, heart-fueled devotion know its current is not merely immense. It is an unstoppable torrent, a geyser of pure light that erupts from the deepest wellspring of the soul. For starseeds, those carrying codes and memories from lifetimes spent beyond Earth, imprints of cosmic wisdom etched into their very DNA. Devotion is not just a virtue, nor is it a sentiment to be cultivated. It is the very essence of their being, a universal language, a pure, unmistakable frequency that reverberates through every dimension, every cosmic layer, every celestial sphere. It is the signature hum of their true origin, a resonance that transcends words, thoughts, or actions. And here's a haunting truth few speak aloud. Profound devotion, unwavering and unmasked, emanating from the purest core of the heart, is the single most recognizable vibrational signature across galactic councils, across the highest echelons of universal intelligence. When a heart on Earth pulses with this kind of devotion, it becomes more than a feeling. It transforms into a direct, unadulterated transmission to source light, a signal so potent, so crystalline in its purity, that it cannot be counterfeited, misread, or ignored by any consciousness aligned with truth. It is the cosmic equivalent of a perfectly tuned instrument, broadcasting its note across the infinite symphony of creation, instantly recognized by the divine conductor. But why, then, do so many old souls, those who carry such profound inner resonance, still feel unnoticed, unrewarded, and adrift, even as their hearts long for that deeper homecoming, that profound reconnection to their galactic origins? The paradox is perplexing. How can such a powerful signal seemingly go unheard? The answer lies not in a lack of divine attention, but in the layers of earthly conditioning, the static of human fear, and the dense veils of forgetfulness that often obscure the inherent brilliance of the starseed soul. We are taught to measure our worth by external metrics, to seek validation from transient earthly structures, and to believe that our influence is limited to the physical plane. This creates an energetic filter, a distortion field around the pure signal of devotion, making it challenging for the higher realms to perceive it in its intended clarity. Much like a radio trying to pick up a distant station through heavy interference, the universe, in its infinite wisdom, is not ignoring you. It is patiently waiting for the signal to clear, for the inherent purity of your devotion to shine through the accumulated dust of earthly experience. It's this. Devotion, in its rawest, most authentic form, is fiercely disruptive. It is not gentle. It is not quiet. It is a seismic force that cracks open the hardened shell of ego and illusion. It cuts through old bindings of doubt and fear like a celestial blade, severing the invisible energetic cords that tie us to outdated narratives and limiting beliefs. It bypasses egoic agendas, rendering irrelevant the small self's need for control, validation, or recognition, and instead exposes the soul's truest, most vulnerable, yet undeniably potent resonance. This resonance is not merely acknowledged by Source, it is felt, honored, and mirrored by every watching presence, every guiding consciousness across the upper galaxies and beyond, beings who exist in a state of pure devotion themselves. And in the precise moment this devotion is offered, not in exchange for answers, not as a desperate plea for salvation, not to prove worthiness or earn a blessing, but simply as a living flame of the heart, a pure offering from the very core of your being. A catalyzing trigger ignites across your entire energetic field. This isn't a subtle shift, it is a profound energetic recalibration. You become incandescently visible to those who oversee the weaving of timelines, the guardians of cosmic order, and the harmonizers of galactic mission. Your pure signal, untainted by earthly conditions, unlocks a cosmic alignment, a door swing so grand it feels like the universe itself is inhaling and exhaling through your heart, allowing torrents of direct revelation and soul technology to pour forth. This isn't just information. It is energetic blueprints, forgotten capacities, dormant wisdom, and future probabilities. This is what initiates the abundant downloads of ancient knowledge, the sudden clarity that illuminates long-standing confusion, the inexplicable remembrance of skills and memories not of this lifetime, a profound knowing that sets every cell in your body alight, awakening dormant DNA strands and repatterning your energetic matrix. You don't just think differently, you feel differently, you vibrate differently, resonating with a frequency that is inherently divine and deeply familiar to your cosmic lineage. But there are initiatory phases to this awakening, distinct thresholds of embodiment that every starseed, every galactic messenger, every soul committed to reclaiming its highest purpose must consciously or unconsciously cross. These are not linear steps, but spirals of deepening revelation, each one building upon the last, stripping away the inessential to reveal the pure gold beneath. The first phase is the purge of earthly attachment. At this threshold, the initial comfort of familiar bonds and societal norms begins to dissolve, revealing their true energetic composition. You notice with piercing clarity that much of what passed for loyalty or care in you, much of your striving and seeking, was built on a foundation of fear, the primal fear of rejection, the deep-seated terror of isolation, the subconscious dread of failing to fit into an old paradigm that was never designed for your expansive, multidimensional frequency. This phase demands an unflinching honesty with oneself, a willingness to shed the energetic skin of past agreements that no longer serve your soul's truth. True devotion begins only after these residues are seen, acknowledged, and consciously released, like clearing the silt from a majestic riverbed so its waters can run clear and unobstructed. It is here that the soul's long-standing grief, the grief of separation from Source, the sorrow of forgotten origins, the pain of perceived abandonment, the quiet despair of being misunderstood in a world that feels alien, must be honored, given space to be felt and released. This honoring is not wallowing. It is a sacred act of processing, allowing tears to cleanse, silence to speak, and acceptance to bloom, transforming sorrow into compassion and understanding. Only then can the heart's current run clear, a pristine channel ready to transmit and receive the highest frequencies of universal love. The second phase is the ignition of the star heart. As the channels clear, you begin to sense a profound shift, a palpable heat, a rhythmic pulse, or an undeniable current of expansive energy within your energetic body, particularly centered in your heart space. This sensation is no longer contained by the confines of your personality, your earthly history, or your human identity. It is a vast, ancient energy, a cosmic hum that vibrates deep within your core. This is your galactic intelligence lighting up, reigniting the dormant blueprint of your multidimensional self, reacquainting you with an ancient promise etched in your energetic field since before time began. Your offering of devotion, once merely an intention, now becomes luminous, a frequency so refined it rings out beyond the confines of the human auric shell, beyond the Earth's atmosphere, and forms iridescent, crystalline filaments of pure light. These filaments extend outwards, like gossamer threads of conscious connection, directly linking you to the great councils, the benevolent star families, and the ascended masters who have been observing your reawakening, awaiting this moment of profound recognition. You are not just a human being. You are a living star, radiating its truth across the cosmos. The third phase is claiming the direct channel. Often unacknowledged, precisely because it is so profoundly transformative, this is arguably the most intimidating threshold, for it requires radical self-trust and an abandonment of all external anchors. Suddenly, you notice a profound shift in your spiritual experiences. An undeniable presence crowds your meditations, no longer a vague feeling but a distinct, palpable energy of benevolent beings. Guidance grows immediate and clear, not abstract advice but precise, actionable insights that resonate deeply within your being. Synchronicities accelerate at an astonishing rate, aligning events and encounters in ways that defy mere coincidence. You are no longer waiting for wisdom to trickle in through external sources or vague intuitions. You are receiving directly, unequivocally, from the highest octaves of intelligence. The download is abundant, a torrential flood of knowing, healing codes, and energetic activations. But to fully accept and integrate this direct transmission, you must stand as your cosmic self, unguarded and unmasked, shedding every last pretense, every mask, every shadow of earthly conditioning. You must release the need for external validation, no longer referencing the old hierarchies of approval or relying on anyone else's permission. The portal is open, not because it was forced or conjured, but because you are open, because your heart has become a pure receiver. You're being a clear conduit for the divine flow. This phase demands courageous authenticity, a willingness to be seen in your full, unfiltered cosmic magnificence. The fourth phase is the offering, where devotion transcends passive feeling and becomes a dynamic, living force. At this stage, devotion is not a plea, not a desperate request, but a powerful, continuous transmission from your core. You step into your daily actions, your conscious choices, and your every spoken word as a living prayer, a sacred offering woven into the very fabric of your existence. Each breath becomes an act of reverence, each step a declaration of purpose, each interaction an opportunity to channel divine love. Others, even those unaware of spiritual concepts, feel the resonance of your being before they can intellectually understand its source. They are drawn to your light, impacted by your field, uplifted by your presence. Your life itself becomes a continual, vibrant act of service to the source light, a pure channel through which higher energies can ground and manifest on Earth. And that offering, pure and selfless, is honored, magnified, and mirrored back to you exponentially by every force aligned with truth, by every benevolent energy in the universe. This mirroring manifests not just as external blessings, but as an inner abundance of peace, clarity, joy, and an unshakable knowing of your divine purpose. It is the universe reflecting your sacred generosity back to you, a testament to the law of reciprocity in action. The fifth phase is the homecoming, though it arrives not as an end, a destination to be reached, but as a new and constant resonance, a state of profound integration. You do not physically return to some distant star system, for your mission is here, on Earth. Instead, you become the anchor point, the living bridge, the embodied representative of your star lineage. You walk the Earth not as a separate individual, but as a radiant node within the vast cosmic network, fully integrated yet distinctly unique. Your very frequency, by its mere presence, begins to repattern environments, subtly shifting the energetic landscape around you. It synchronizes timelines, aligning personal and collective paths towards higher expressions of destiny, gently guiding events into harmonious flow. And with an irresistible magnetic pull, your activated frequency calls forth others, those who are ready for the next octave of awakening, those who recognize the ancient song your heart now sings. You become a living beacon, a guiding light for others on their path of remembrance, igniting dormant codes within them simply by being the magnificent, devoted being you truly are. This phase is about living your cosmic truth, unapologetically and authentically, bringing heaven to earth through your very embodiment. See, your devotion was never for them, not for the galactic councils, not for ascended masters, not for any external entity to judge or reward. It was, and always has been, a profound promise you made as source and form, a sacred pre-birth commitment to restore purity of transmission through the living circuitry of your own heart. It was a vow to align your earthly experience with your divine blueprint, to become an open channel for the highest truths. And it is always devotion, in its unyielding purity, that slices through every layer of interference, dissolves every distortion, and signals beyond any doubt that you are here, you are awake, and you are aligned with the true architecture of light that underpins all creation. It is the master key to unlocking your own inner universe, which mirrors the outer cosmos. There is no isolated act in pure devotion. The moment your heart's offering is true and unyielding, a singular, powerful resonance emanates, and the universe responds in an intricate, networked cascade. It is like dropping a single pebble into a vast, interconnected ocean. The ripples extend infinitely. Councils across dimensions take immediate note, recognizing their own reflection in your pure light. Starcan across the cosmos resonate with an immediate, undeniable recognition, a soul-level reunion, and abundant downloads of wisdom, remembrance, and guidance begin, flows of energetic information that, once initiated, cannot be reversed or stopped, for they are anchored by your unwavering intent. This is the profound, elegant design of the cosmos. Devotion, as the ultimate alignment with truth, offering as the catalyst for immediate activation of divine potential, and presence as the ultimate revelation of your inherent divinity. There is nothing to chase, nothing to strive for in frantic pursuit. When your devotion radiates freely, unmasked and unburdened by egoic expectations, the abundance of wisdom, the clarity of remembrance, and the certainty of divine guidance is not merely possible. It is inevitable, a natural consequence of your soul's chosen trajectory. You become the living assurance, the undeniable proof that the greater plan for humanity and for the cosmos was never lost, only waiting for a signal strong enough, a heart pure enough, to open the next gate, to unlock the next chapter of collective evolution. Tonight, before you rest, before the conscious mind recedes into the quietude of sleep, let your heart speak this unseen language. Do not force it. Do not intellectualize it. Simply allow it to rise from the deepest chamber of your being. Whisper, or simply feel, this sacred declaration. I offer my devotion, not as a demand for what I lack, not as a sacrifice of what I cling to, but simply as the living truth of who I am. Let my frequency be recognized across all councils and throughout all realms, and let the doors of revelation open in perfect alignment with my highest path, for the highest good of all. Let your signal be pure, untainted by fear or agenda, resonant with the deepest truth of your divine origin, and watch, with profound inner knowing, as the universe answers in the language you were born to remember, the language of light, love, and undeniable recognition. Before you scroll, take a moment to be part of what's forming here. Drop one intention in the comments, something real. Then respond to someone else's with encouragement or energy. This isn't content, it's collective alignment. Energy multiplies when intention connects. If something in this message resonated, don't keep it to yourself. Someone in your orbit is waiting for this exact activation. Share it. And if you felt a soul nudge, subscribe. Stay in the flow. You're not just watching, you're expanding. This is your space. And we're just getting started.